now, is here. It is time to be globally relevant. Get ready for the Global Transformation Conference 2022, a virtual conference that will equip you with knowledge, tools, and traits to set you on the track of global relevance. Date 13th to 15th May 2022. Meet our speakers, Philip Oladejo, Emmanuel Nduka, Awa Ndukwe, Tonya Vincent, Frank Agin, Chikodi Emmanuel, Goodness Somtochukwu, Olamide Akinde, Peter Ebuka, and the convener, Vivian Claire Okeke. You will learn the exact principles that got these people to the top. Global Transformation Conference 2022, breaking limits, reaching your peak. The beginning is now. The future is here. It is time to be globally relevant. Get ready for the Global Transformation Conference 2022, a virtual conference that will equip you with knowledge, tools, and traits to set you on the track of global relevance. Date 13th to 15th May 2022. Meet our speakers, Philip Oladejo, Emmanuel Nduka, Awa Ndukwe, Tonya Vincent, Frank Agin, Chikodi Emmanuel, Goodness Somtochukwu, Olamide Akinde, Peter Ebuka, and the convener, Vivian Claire Okeke. You will learn these people to the top. Global Transformation Conference 2022, breaking limits, reaching your peak. The beginning is now. The future is here. It is time to be globally relevant. Get ready for the Global Transformation Conference 2022, a virtual conference that will equip you with knowledge, tools, and traits to set you on the track of global relevance. Date 13th to 15th May 2022. Meet our speakers, Philip Oladejo, Emmanuel Nduka, Awa Ndukwe, Tonya Vincent, Frank Agin, Chikodi Emmanuel, Goodness Somtochukwu, Olamide Akinde, Peter Ebuka, and the Vivian Claire Okeke. You will learn the exact principles that got these people to the top. Global Transformation Conference 2022, breaking limits, reaching your peak. The beginning is now. The future is here. It is time to be globally relevant. Get ready for the Global Transformation Conference 2022, a virtual conference that will equip you with knowledge, tools, and traits to set you on the track of global relevance. Date 13th to 15th May 2022. Meet our speakers, Philip Oladejo, Emmanuel Nduka, Awa Ndukwe, Tonya Vincent, Frank Agin, Chikodi Emmanuel, Goodness Somtochukwu, Olamide Akinde, Peter Ebuka, and the convener, Vivian Claire Okeke. You will learn the exact that got these people to the top. Global Transformation Conference 2022, breaking limits, reaching your peak. The beginning is now. The future is here. It is time to be globally relevant. Get ready for the Global Transformation Conference 2022, a virtual conference that will equip you with knowledge, tools, and traits to set you on the track of global relevance. Date 13th to 15th May 2022. Meet our speakers, Philip Oladejo, Emmanuel Nduka, Awa Ndukwe, Tonya Vincent, Frank Agin, Chikodi Emmanuel, Goodness Somtochukwu, Olamide Akinde, Peter Ebuka, and the convener, Vivian Claire Okeke. You will learn the exact principles that got these people to the top. Global Transformation Conference 2022, breaking limits, reaching your peak. The beginning is now. The future is here. It is time to be globally relevant. Get ready.
My name is Vivian Claire Okeke. I'm the convener of the Global Transformation Conference. My name is Vivian Claire Okeke. I'm the convener of the Global Transformation Conference. And the theme of this year's event is Gaining Global Relevance. The conference is designed to help you leap towards global recognition and stop being average. The conference is going to hold on May 13th to May 15th. We have 10 globally relevant speakers and 10 amazing panelists who are going to be sharing the exact principles and tips that took them to the top. You don't want to miss this for anything. Global Transformation Conference, Breaking Limits, Reaching the Peak. My name is Vivian Claire Okeke. I'm the convener of the Global Transformation Conference. And the theme of this year's event is Gaining Global Relevance. The conference is designed to help you leap towards global recognition and stop being average. The conference is going to hold on May 13th to May 15th. We have 10 globally relevant speakers and 10 amazing panelists who are going to be sharing the exact principles and tips that took them to the top. You don't want to miss this for anything. Global Transformation Conference, Breaking Limits, Reaching the Peak. My name is Vivian.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the Global Transformation Conference. My name is Abiye Abere, and it's such an honor to be your host for tonight. Today is going to be very engaging and insightful, and our speakers are ready to give value at this event. This is something that you should stay engaged with from the beginning up until the end, because it will be value upon value upon value until the end. And so to maintain engagement with you, global citizens, whenever I say Global Transformation Conference 2022, your reply will be Breaking Limits, Reaching the Peak. Are we together? Let me know if you're with me in the comment section. Global Transformation Conference 2022, Breaking Limits, Reaching the Peak. So when I say Global Transformation Conference 2022, your reply will be Breaking Limits, Reaching the Peak. So let's do this together. Global Transformation Conference 2022. I need to see your replies. Global Transformation Conference 2022. Breaking limits, reaching the peak indeed. Now, the world has experienced so much change in the past years that we can now say that through technology, yes, people are saying we are breaking limits. Yes, I can see you at Debukola, you're breaking limits, and definitely you will reach your peak. The world has experienced so much of transformation, and today we can, from wherever we are, gain employment in the global space. Over 1,000 persons have launched businesses that now compete in the global stage. We can now even host an event like this that will make global impact. And it's because of this impact that this event was put together by amazing individuals. And it's my pleasure to inform you that 10 seasoned speakers will be coming live here on this virtual global stage to give value to you. And this event will be lasting from today up until Sunday, and you definitely don't want to miss it. But for today, our first speaker is ready to come up stage, and it's just going to be logical for me to introduce him already so that he can come up to give us value. Global Transformation Conference 2022. Breaking limits, reaching the peak. I love it. I'm seeing all of the responses. Thank you so much for staying engaged. Thank you so much. So coming up to speak to us on a very important topic is the president of Am Spirit Business Connection, an organization that empowers entrepreneurs, sales representatives, and professionals to become successful through networking. He is the host of the Networking RX podcast and the narrator of the Networking RX Minute. He hosts 2 virtual networking activities, the Networking Hub and the Charitable Roundtable. He is the author of several books, including Foundational Networking, Creating Know, Like, and Trust for a Lifetime. Today, he'll be speaking to us on the topic, Networking, the Link to Global Relevance. Global Transformation Conference 2022. Please join me, give a loud welcome to our first speaker for this conference, joining us all the way from the United States of America, Frank Agin. Please put your hands together for him as he comes up stage. He's here. Welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible. You're loud.
Okay.
I hear you.
Well, you never know with these things. I'm a world away. So what now? Should I jump in or present?
Of course, sir. We are, the audience right now is eager to hear you speak. The chat box is filled up with comments. People are applauding because we want to hear you talk to us on networking. So, sir,
Okay.
The stage is yours. You can go on.
Okay. Can I get the whole screen by chance? There we go. There we go. Thank you. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I got the wrong. There we go. There we go. Well, thank you and welcome to everybody. I appreciate everybody taking the time to join in and be part of the program today. Just quickly to go through these slides here, if we will. I'm going to go through a little bit about myself. You already heard the bio, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on this. I used to be an attorney in the United States, and at one point had an opportunity to purchase a networking organization to help entrepreneurs, sales reps, and professionals become successful through networking, building relationships. And from there, I've written a lot of books, got podcasts. I do a lot of speaking on various topics related to professional networking. We're going to skip over this. But what I want to start with here and quickly get through, I want to tell, I'll tell several stories here. But there's a famous anthropologist out there. Her name is Margaret Mead. And she was teaching a class, and one of the students asked in the class, what was the first sign of human civilization? And she thought about it, and everybody was kind of waiting for her answer. And she responded with a healed femur. The femur is the bone that connects the knee to the hip. And she went on to explain that in the animal world, you don't see a lot of animals with healed femurs. When an animal breaks its femur, it's really a death sentence. It can't move, it can't forage, it can't get water, it can't get anything. It just dies, a slow, agonizing death. But when they came upon the remains of humans with a healed femur, they knew there was something special. They knew there was a situation where people actually made a decision to stay behind and care for somebody else. Now, we know from modern medicine that without modern medical care, it takes a femur about 6 weeks to heal on its own. And so that would mean that a couple people would need to stay behind to care for other people. And that's really kind of the genesis of everything I'm going to talk about, is that we as humans, we care about one another. And if you stop and think about the logistics of this, if, as in the picture shows, if there were 4 people and somebody broke their leg and those other 3 decided to move on and let the other person pass, 3 is significantly less powerful than having 4. And so they decided to stay. And when that person healed up, then they were 4 strong. And if one of the others then got hurt, the one who was cared for would help take care of the others. And so that's really kind of where everything I talk about with respect to networking and becoming globally relevant comes from. Just this innate ability to want to care for one another. Now, where does this all come from? And how do we become globally relevant? It really kind of comes down to 3 words. Well, one word is simple, having relationships. But to understand the word relationship, what you need to have in your world is people need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. You're not going to be relevant unless people know you. We're all in our own little corner of the world. I'm further away than most. And we just need to know each other. You're not going to be relevant unless somebody knows you. You're really not going to be relevant unless people like you. There are people out there that we know that we just don't like. And we don't need to get into names. But if you don't like somebody, they're really not going to be on your radar. They're not going to be part of your thought patterns. So you need to know people, you need to like people. And then the final thing is you need to trust people. You need to trust that people are going to stay behind when you need help, as I showed in the first clip. So it's really these three things: the building of a relationship where people come to know one another, like one another, and trust one another. And this always begs the question, okay, how do I get people to know, like, and trust me? And much of this is contained in my book, Foundational Networking, developing know, like, and trust for a lifetime of extraordinary success. And I talk about the various things that you can do to create this know, like, and trust. And I'm obviously can't go through the whole book here, but I'm going to touch on a couple of things that I feel are really important for you to come away with. The first thing is never stop giving. And when I say give, I mean lots of different things. But before I get into
Okay, so we are having a technical glitch now, and I apologize, but the show must go on, and Frank Agin will be back here to give us more value. If you can hear me, please respond with breaking limits, reaching the peak. You know how we did it? I said, when I say Global Transformation Conference, your response should be breaking limits, reaching the peak. So while we wait for Frank Agin to join us again, Global Transformation Conference 2022. Global Transformation Conference 2022. Yes, we are breaking limits and we're reaching our peak. Please, while we wait for him to come back, if you have questions as he speaks, as all our speakers speak to us, please do well to write your questions in the chat box, and we'll take them at the appropriate time. When it's time for him to come up, and whatever he says, if you have questions about it, write it in the chat box, and we will take them in due time. He was saying something about knowing, liking, and trusting. I think that's very, very important, because when he said this, I just thought, why will I want to do business with you if I don't know you? Why will I want to do business with you if I don't trust you? And I found those words as really profound, because I had a friend sometime who wanted to do business with people, and he started, but his business eventually failed. And when he told me about his story, I got to think about why possibly that must have happened. I'm trying to wonder if we're following what I'm saying, because I can't see anything in the chat box at the moment. Please respond if you can hear me. If you're with me, please respond. Say, I'm saying we are breaking limits. If you can hear me, please respond. Breaking limits, reaching the peak. Okay. If you can hear me, please, can you respond? Okay, apologies for the technical glitch. We are trying to solve it so that we can give you a better experience here at the Global Transformation Conference. You know, these things happen, and that's why this event is important, because for us to compete in the global stage, we need to know certain things. And imagine we are able to organize an event that would just flow seamlessly without any distortion. I mean, the world is getting to that place where we can host live conferences and just feel like we are there presently. I mean, we're doing a good job at the moment. Don't misunderstand.
Can you hear me?
I feel that you can barely attend an event. Okay. Frank Agin, are you here with us again?
I've been here.
We can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know. Can you see my screen? My image is frozen. Can you hear me?
Yes, your image is frozen. Yes, you're audible. You're audible, but we're
Okay.
yet to see your screen.
I can continue to talk. Just quickly, what I was getting through is that people need to find ways to help one another. And what they've determined through science is that the more that people help one another, the more money they end up making. They did a study and they were trying to figure out by making more money, do people give more money? And the answer is yes, about 14 cents on every dollar given. But what they determined is that the more money that people gave, the more money they make. And what they figured is that when you do things for other people, you develop a sense of courage. You're more of a risk taker, and I don't mean silly risks, but you're more willing to take that extra step and go meet people. So that's the first thing I encourage people to do is give to other people. Find ways to help other people. It doesn't necessarily have to be that situation where you're giving money. It can be a situation where you're just helping people. You just encouraging people, mentoring somebody, making introductions is a way to give to other people, just giving other people insights. There's lots of things that could be done. The other thing I talk about with respect to networking, and just to keep us on time, is to keep in mind that every contact has opportunity. Years ago, I had the opportunity, I was working in the city where I live, and I was parking downtown, and I was parking in a garage where they took your keys every day because they were going to move the cars around. And so I took the time to get to know the parking lot attendants because I wanted to know who was driving my car. And at one point, I was just getting to know these attendants. And at one point, one of the attendants who I stopped and talked to every day, she stopped me and she said, "Would you like to be an extra in a movie?" And I told her I would. They were looking for attorneys to be in the movie. And from that experience, I got to be in a Hollywood movie. If you've seen the movie, The Shawshank Redemption, I was an extra in that movie with Morgan Freeman. It was a great opportunity, and it all came from just having a conversation every day with the person who was taking my keys. Her name was Twyla, and I always ask people, who's the Twyla in your life? Who's that person that others probably overlook? It might be the person who's doing the menial labor, the person who's doing the things in society that others demean. And just pay some attention and respect to those people as well, because you never know who those people are connected to and with. And opportunity is certainly there. The next thing the third thing I'll talk about is that there's no shame in asking. And I think we can draw a lot of lessons from COVID-19 and just the ability of one another to help each other, the willingness to help one another. We are hardwired to help each other. In the United States, back in 2001, we had a horrible incident where terrorists attacked New York City, and they took down the World Trade Center, the Twin Towers. And there were lots of stories that came out of that those events that day on 9/11. It was a horrible day, but really the whole city, the whole world really came together for the victims of that. There were people up in Newfoundland who took in people who were being directed there to land because there were the airspace in America was closed. And so there were small towns that just took on all sorts of people just out of the goodness of their hearts. There were stories of people in New York City who were lending their phones, giving out water, just helping people get home and get word back to home that they were okay. And so those incidences, and we've seen it with COVID-19, is that we want to help each other. And the only thing that separates you from getting the help that you want is simply asking for it. So I always encourage people to ask for what they're looking for. But I want to encourage you to ask the right way. There are really two ways to ask for things. And the one way, and there's actually studies on this, and the simple way to say it is, the one way to ask is, give me a fish. All right, just give me a fish. The other way is, teach me to fish. The first way, give me a fish, is a very dependent sort of an ask. Whereas if you go to somebody and say, teach me to fish, that's more of an independent or an autonomous sort of an ask. In other words, your ask is, listen, teach me how to do it so I don't need to ask you again. And what they found through science is that people are willing to help people who are trying to be autonomous. So if you're going to somebody and really looking for a handout, give me a fish, they're going to get tired of that in a hurry. They might do it once, maybe twice, but a third time they're going to start to avoid you. But if you go to people and say, hey, listen, teach me how to do this. Teach me how to do a TikTok video, or teach me how to write. Teach me how to use this software. People are very willing to do those sorts of things. Teach me to fish, could you teach me to fish, or teach me to do whatever? Could you show me how I can market myself? Those sorts of things are much more powerful, and people really never get tired of helping with those things. In fact, they're energized to help those things. They're energized to lift other people up. And certainly if you're doing things where you're helping other people too. And I think we all have skills on this call. We all have skills that we can share. And so everybody in this conference has the ability to educate people and help people. And we also all have the ability to be helped by other people. So we want to try and reach out to other people. I encourage each of you over the next 2 days is to find ways that you can help people, because people know, like, and trust people who are out there helping. But I want to encourage you to reach out and ask other people for help. You seem to be an expert on this. Can you please help me? I don't know if people can see the slide at this point, but I'm back to my original picture, where I have a picture of the person who is got a broken leg. He's lying down, and people are caring for him. And the words I have on the screen at this point are an enduring commonality. And what I like to do at this point is I like to remind people of this. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a male or a female. I don't care what the color of your skin is. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your political leaning is. We all have this DNA running through us of wanting to help other people. We want to help people. It's just part of who we are as humans. And we need to recognize that as we try to strive to have this global relevance, that everybody you come into contact with out there, everybody wants to be helped. They want to be helped, and they'll respect you for that. They'll like you for it. They'll trust you because you're helping them. So find ways to help other people, and that will certainly open up the door for you to be helped. A couple of little things, and I'll let Vivian, I don't know if people could see the screen. You're welcome to share my email. Many of you have connected with me on LinkedIn, but my LinkedIn is out there. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. But the other thing I had shared with Vivian, and I hope she can share it out with other people, I wrote a book a number of years ago called The Giving Journal. And in The Giving Journal, what I do is I share with people how I became habitual at helping other people. And so I just wrote a short book on how I became habitual helping other people. And I don't have the heart to sell it because it's a book about giving. And so Vivian has a link that you can download it for free. You can go to my website and you can download it right from there. So with that, I appreciate everybody's time and certainly open for questions. Any questions?
Okay. Thank you so much, Frank Agin, for that insightful session. Thank you so much. That was really insightful. Please, our global audience, if you found that session insightful, can you let us know in the comment section how you feel? Okay, I'm reading comments now. Okay, thank you much for these resources. Frank Agin, can you hear me?
I can, yes. Can you hear me?
Frank, can you hear me?
Yes, I
yes.
can.
So our audience is entirely pleased, and they found your session really insightful. And we have questions rolling in at the moment, so I think it's just logical for me to take the questions immediately. I know you're definitely ready for this.
Yeah, go ahead, ask the questions.
One of the questions says, "Can you hear me?"
Yes.
Okay. One of the questions says, because you advised and you told us that we should reach out to people for help. What if you reach out to people to ask for this help and you get rejected? Because one thing you said was that we have this innate desire to help other people, but now I reach out to someone for help and I get rejected. How do I handle that situation?
Well, my advice, and I get rejected, my advice is to move on. Just ask somebody else. You're going to run into people out there who are, well, for lack of a better term, are selfish and don't want to help other people. And if people, the more, certainly if you're out there helping other people and they see that's what you're about, the more people are going to become like that. But you're going to run into people who are not helpful. And I run into it every day, and I kind of laugh and move on. Because over time, you find more and more people who are willing to help one another, and you just surround yourself with those people.
Okay, thank you very much. If you got that, move on. If you get rejected, because there are other opportunities that you can hop on and find help from other persons. So someone is asking another question, and the question is, can you give some ways that we can help people? What are some ways that we can help people?
Well, I think there's a couple things that you can do that are really simple. The first thing you can do to help other people is just make introductions. Everybody on this call knows people that other people on this that in the conference don't know. And so simply to take the time and say, hey, Vivian, I would like you to meet Tonya, or Stephanie, and just introducing people who don't know each other is a huge benefit. What some people do, what I'll call selfish people, is they try to keep their connections away. You give me your information, I'll pass it on. And I just think what we need to do is just introduce two people. I think you people could learn a lot by knowing each other. So that's one way you can easily help. Another way you can easily help is just sharing information. So if I have a conversation with you and I learn that you're really have a real interest in solar energy, let's say, and if I stumble across an article on solar energy, I need to go out of my way to make sure you get that article. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. But that's another way to certainly help. A third thing I would recommend doing is, the world has lots of need. There are lots of charities out there. Find a charity that speaks to you, speaks to your heart, and get involved. Find a way to get involved, because when you go out and help that charity, you're going to be amongst other people who care about the same things that you do, and they'll get to know you, they'll get to like you, and they'll get to trust you, and they'll connect you to other people. And it's all from just helping. But the other thing that's going to happen when you do that, and that's, volunteering is a form of charity. The other thing that is going to happen when you do that is other people are going to see that you're involved, and they are going to know that you're a good person, and they'll just come to know you, like you, and trust you, even if the charity or the volunteer effort that you're working on is not something that's special to them. They'll know that you're a special person.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Frank. That was really spot on. If anything stood out for me, it is that by helping people, we can get people know us, like us, and trust us enough to engage with us in opportunities and businesses. And trust me, we have a plethora of opportunities that are open to people that are known, that are liked, and that are trusted. Our audience is entirely grateful. And for me, on behalf of the audience, I'm saying thank you so much, Frank, for gracing this global stage. We appreciate you for such an insightful session. Our audience is thrilled already. Global Transformation Conference 2022. Global Transformation Conference 2022. I'm yet to see your replies. I said to maintain engagement. When I say Global Transformation Conference 2022, you should reply breaking limits, reaching the peak. Because that's one way. When you say things, those things come to life. When you say things, you become those things. So if you know that you're a global citizen, which I know you are, respond. Global Transformation Conference 2022. Breaking limits, reaching the peak. Thank you so much. I can see reactions from LinkedIn. I can see reactions from YouTube. Beautiful. A lot of persons are asking questions and engaging in the chat box. Mind you, the chat box is a place where you can connect with people. You can like the insightful comment someone drops and engage them on LinkedIn. Find them from YouTube to LinkedIn or any other social media platform, and you will be sure to get connected to them, and they can render help to you whenever you need it. But you know what? The show must go on, and our speakers are ready. We have 3 more speakers to grace the stage today, and they are ready to come up. But do you know what? This event is unique. This global event is unique because we have other facilitators that are going to be coming your way to engage you and engage our speakers as well. And right now, it is my pleasure as the excellent compere Abiye Abere to introduce the next panelist for today. She is a certified LinkedIn coach, an influencer per excellence, one who loves networking, one who I can definitely call a global citizen. She is globally relevant, and she is here to engage with us as the second facilitator for today. Join me, Global Transformation Conference 2022, as we give a loud welcome for Mary Sebastian. Mary Sebastian is coming up now. Don't stop clapping. I need to see you clap. If not, she wouldn't come up. Put your hands together, Sebastian, in the comment section, and let's have her up immediately. Mary Sebastian, the stage is all yours now. Our audience is happy. They are dancing. Someone is dancing in the comments because she can't wait for you to be seen here. Yeah. Mary Sebastian is coming up. She's coming up. She's coming up. She's coming up. She's coming up. I am eager to see her. Yes. From LinkedIn, from YouTube, everybody is pumped so that we can continue. Okay, Mary is coming. Mary is coming. You know what? You know that when you look at gold is not seen everywhere. When you look at an onion is peeled one part after the other, and the beauty is seen. Someone said that when you look at diamonds, in their first state, they are not so beautiful. But when they get refined, when you subject them to heat, they get so beautiful. And now Mary Sebastian is getting ready to come up. But while we wait for her to come up, because she's the treasure we have that we're waiting for, I think we should just engage at this global event. Okay, Mary Sebastian is coming up now. But I want to ask you a very quick question. I want to ask you a very quick question if you're following me right now. As a person, how are you volunteering? Frank Agin talked about volunteering, and volunteering is a very good way of building your network. Okay, Mary Sebastian is here. Mary, it is so good to see you. I told our audience that you are the treasure. And treasures are not seen just like that. Treasures take a little bit of time to come up. So finally, Mary Sebastian is here, and I will be exiting this global stage now for you to continue in the engagement and facilitation of this global event. Mary, please unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Mary, we are longing to hear your voice. Please, can you unmute yourself so we can hear you? Please unmute yourself so we can hear you. Okay, so I think Mary is having a little bit of technical glitch. Okay, so I was asking a question. From what we've heard Frank Agin tell us about knowing, about liking, and about trusting, what will you do differently after Global Transformation Conference 2022? Can you tell me in the comment section? Can you tell me in the chat box? I want to read them out. What will you do differently after this conference? Haven't heard Frank Agin's Bones' speech on the topic networking. How will you build your network? Can you tell me in the comments section? Can you tell me in the comment section? As global citizens, you know, we reply fast. We are global, and that global energy is what we bring to events like this. So what will you do differently, having heard all that Frank Agin has told us today at this event? What will you do differently? Okay, the convener of this meeting is saying she will look for who to help. Okay. Oh, someone is saying you will network with me. You will network starting with me. It's such a pleasure. I can't wait to see your connection request on LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, you can send me a connection request. My name is Abiye Abere. To do well to connect with me, it will be such a pleasure to have you all in my network. So someone is saying I'll endeavor to be more open to my audience. Okay, beautiful. Somebody saying I'd reach out to companies I can volunteer at their organizations. That's amazing. Mary is back. Mary, are you back with us? Somebody saying I'll
Yes,
volunteer
can you
more.
hear me? Please, can you hear me now?
Of course, I can hear you. Beautiful.
Oh,
So
thank
before
God. Ah, Lord.
so
I'm so
before you
sorry.
join us,
I'm so sorry.
we
The
totally
network is trying
understand. We
to.
totally we totally understand. Before you joined us, I was asking the audience what they will be doing differently after this event. Haven't heard what Frank Agin told us, and a lot of persons are saying that they would volunteer more, they would connect with people, and someone even said he will connect with me. So I'm excited because I'm having a new connection in my network, and I'm excited about that. But of course, we have to leave you to facilitate this program even further. So, audience, a beautiful global audience, I'm exiting the stage now for a beautiful. Someone said they love your dimples, and yeah, nice dimples. So, I'm leaving the stage now for you to go on. So, over to you, Mary.
All right, thank you very much, Abiye. Thank you so much. Like the hype is plenty. My hair wants to burst. Anyway, I'm so excited. Like I want to explode. I'm getting so much value, and I don't know. In fact, I am seeing the excitement in the comment section. I know you people are already ready to go global. You want to. You people are already. You have put on your shoes. You're ready to go global. I'm in the same page with you. Okay, so now, you'll be asking yourself, just like I'm asking myself, now that you're ready to go global with everything Frank has taught us today, and you'll be wondering, where do I start from? With all the noise on social media, online, how can you find the best platform to leverage on? How can you find the best platform to maximize? I know that's your question. I don't know if you can hear me, if you are thinking the way I'm thinking, like if you want to know the best platform to gain global relevance, please type in the comment section. Type in the comment section, breaking limits and reaching your peak. I need to know that someone is with me. Hello, if you are with me, I need you to type in the comment section, breaking limits, reaching your peak. All right, thank you very much. I can say it. So shortly, we'll be learning on best platform to maximize and gain global relevance. This lady I want to introduce to you, she's so dear to my heart, sincerely. I love the way she uses her content to encourage people to break limitation. She will let you know that limitation is not enough to stop you from reaching your peak. Yes, this lady is an SEO content writer. She's a copywriter. She's a web developer. She's a social media manager. In fact, she's a full package. You who are long, you people will not remain the same after listening to her. Trust me, you will not remain the same. See, in 5 months, in less than 5 months, she was able to build a strong personal online brand from 5 different platforms. And today, she's here to share deep secret with us that would help us locate the perfect platform to leverage on and gain global relevance. Are you ready? If you are ready, type in the comment section that you're ready. I need to know that you are ready. Please type in the comment section you're ready as we welcome the next speaker. Type ready, ready, ready. Let me see it coming. Oh, yes, let me see it coming. I need to see the readiness in us. Type ready, 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 ready. If you don't type ready, she will not come up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see, man, I love the energy. So let's give it up to Olamide Akinde. Please put your hands together. Welcome, ma. Welcome, welcome. We are longing to hear from you. Seriously, we need those secrets. We need those deep secrets so that we can maximize this global relevance. We must get it, oh, we must gain it. Welcome, ma.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Good evening.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
It's great to be here and I love the energy. Thank you so much, Mary. I'm really honored. And thank you, Frank. Thank you for the insightful teaching. I really learned a lot. Thank you. And Abiye, you did
Welcome.
really well. But I'll forgive you. My name is Olamide Akinde, not Olamide Akinde. But I'll forgive you for the wrong pronunciation anyways. So
Thank
okay,
you. Thank you.
you're welcome. So, without wasting our time, because I have a lot of tips to share tonight, but I might not be able to share all because of time. But I will share. I will make sure I cover the vital points. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Once again, my name is Olamide Akinde, and working on platforms to maximize for global relevance. To know today is that having an incredible ability is not enough. Having a wholesome not enough. You need the right platform to connect with the right people. The people that need you, the people that want you, and God needs your manifestation. Please, can you see my screen? Let me know the screen. Can anyone see my screen? Hello? That's I'm trying, but okay, because of time. Sorry. Maybe I'll have to shade so that you guys can have enough points so that you can go through the points I'll share tonight. So okay, let's go straight to my point. The first platform I'll be speaking on tonight is Facebook. Yes, Facebook. I know almost everyone here has a Facebook account, or maybe you might have heard about Facebook. And please, I know a lot of people say Facebook is not professional, Facebook is full of scam, Facebook is this, Facebook is that. Please just set aside whatsoever bias you have about this platform and let's go into how you can gain global relevance on this platform. Facebook is the third most visited site in the world with about 1.9 billion daily users. So, guys, that is massive. You can connect with thousands of people, you can impact thousands of lives using this medium. This medium worked for me, it's still working for me, and I'll be sharing some of the tips of for some of the tips on how to grow your Facebook account, because I believe it is not enough to know that okay, I can gain global relevance on LinkedIn, I can gain global relevance on Facebook without knowing how to go about it, because there are thousands of people online posting content daily and you might get lost if you don't know how to grow your brand on Facebook. So yeah, I'll tell you briefly about how I started my Facebook journey. I started with the wrong motive because then my friends told me when I finished secondary school. After I finished secondary school, my friends told me that you can get to know different people on Facebook, get people to like your pictures and the likes. So that was the main reason I joined Facebook, to post pictures and let people like my pictures. But the pandemic changed a lot about me. I was in 3 level at home. I didn't have anywhere to go. I would wake up in the morning, eat, sleep, exercise, and read motivational content. And that was all. So something came to my mind. Sorry, I'm still trying to, share my screen. Possible. Please let me know if you are seeing my screen. Okay, sorry for the short break. I've been trying to share, it's not going through. Sorry about that. So something it came to that, will that be how my life will continue, like waking up and sleeping just like that? So I thought about what I could do, and I I knew writing has been my thing. So I started posting valuable content feed. But unfortunately, since I connected with the wrong people from the start, just people to like my pictures and people that didn't have much to do about my life, about what I had, I have passion for, I got really low engagement. But that didn't discourage me. I joined Facebook groups and I was posting content on that group. And in less than 1 month, I was seeing like massive results. I got gigs, I got recognition, people were messaging me for mentorship and things like that. It was really really great, and that was how I continued. I'm still trying to share my screen, guys. So I would love you to some of the things I have here tonight out. Working, I won't waste much of our time. Please, I'll share it on my page so that you can go there to recap. So the first thing is that you should set up your profile correctly. I see a lot of profiles on Facebook. You use this is common among ladies. You use precious gold, quitty gem, something like that. It's not that you shouldn't use your nickname, but use names that you are known for. Like my name is Olamide Akinde. I make sure that I use the name throughout on my Facebook and on my Facebook account and other accounts, so that people, when people search for your name on Google, it will pop up. I made that mistake, and the bad thing is I've not been able to rectify it, but it's okay. Also, don't lie. A lot of people give fake age on Facebook. I made that mistake because I didn't want people to know that I was young back then. But were one of the silly mistakes I made. Number two, know your target audience and post valuable content. This is really important. When people come across your profile, make let them glue to that profile. Let them be propelled to contact you, to communicate with you, to want to build relationship with you, and that is by providing value. Number three, join relevant groups and post content to about 10 times and I haven't been getting the engagement. Please keep posting, the results will show. Like when I got my first gig, the person just contacted me. He didn't ask for work sample. He didn't ask for CV. He gave me the job. It was automatic because he has been reading my content. He knew what I was capable of doing, and that was how I became one of the best clients I've ever had. So that is another point. Another point is that you have to post on your news feed. This made me lose speaking engagement when I started. The influencer saw my post on Facebook groups and he contacted me. So we talked about how the event would be, and it was just all set until he checked my newsfeed and he saw that different people were just tagging me on reasonable posts, like just unreasonable posts. So he told me that it doesn't portray me really well. Many people won't go to groups and search for your content. They will go to your page to search for what you've been posting, just to have a glance at your capacity. So that was how I lost the opportunity. But thank God I gained from it and I moved on with my life. Another thing is engage in other people's posts. That is really important. Engage in other people's posts, share valuable comment in a valuable way. So another platform too that I will talk about is YouTube. It is a visual platform and the second most visited platform in the world. One of the things I love about YouTube, it is owned by Google. So you can get traffic from two sources. You can get traffic from Google, you can get traffic from YouTube. So how can you grow your YouTube channel? And I want you to know that all these channels, they feed for different niches. Whatsoever you are into, you can maximize any of these channels. The first thing is that you should list the keywords you want to rank for. This is really important. We have over 2.5 billion YouTube users. So to make your video rank, you need to search for keywords that your target audience are searching for on Google. So one of the ways that you can go about it, you can use free keyword tools like Uber Suggest. You can use the free version. You can use Google Keyword Spanner to search for the keywords. And after searching for those keywords, you pick like maybe 3 or 5 keywords that people really search for, and use them in your video titles and descriptions. Each time you post video, make sure you use those keywords in your title and description. It will increase the visibility of your video. Also, call people to action. Each time they watch your video, tell them to please subscribe, tell them to like. The more likes and comments you get on your video, the more visible your video will be. Another thing is you can promote your YouTube channel on other platforms. Once you create your video, just copy the link, tell your friends to please engage, tell people that might need the information. And that is the reason why you should always provide valuable content. When people love your video, they will always want to watch them, even if you don't tell them to. So you might not have to solicit for, you don't need to solicit. When people see that you provide value, they always come for you. Yes, guys. So the third platform tonight is Twitter. Twitter is a growing platform with over 217 million users, and it's one of the great platforms you can maximize, especially for people that don't like written long content. Within 280 characters, you can post valuable content on Twitter. And all these platforms, you don't need a laptop. For you to have YouTube channel, you don't need a laptop for a start. You can use your cell phone, same as Facebook and YouTube, and Twitter rather. So yes, how can you grow your Twitter account? The first thing is set your profile correctly. This is what we encourage people to follow you. This is what we encourage people to check out, what who you are. We want people to connect with you. The second thing is post relatable tweets. Twitter is a very competitive platform, just like other platforms. So if your content is boring, if it is not relatable, you won't get retweets, and you might not get likes. So that is it. Another one is use the right hashtags. Even about motivation, use hashtags that has to do with motivation, so that the right people will see your content, your tweets. If the right people don't see your tweets, they won't like it. So I love if I love reading tweets that have to do with copywriting, and you are talking about motivational, you made a motivational quote and you used copywriting, it has nothing to do with copywriting. The truth is, I might not like it. And the more likes your tweet have, the higher the visibility. So also call people to action, ask people to retweet, ask people to like your tweets. Another great platform tonight is Instagram. I know almost everyone here knows about Instagram. Maybe you're on Instagram or not, but it's 83% of Instagram users. Research shows that most of them confess that they go to Instagram to get new ideas, to learn about, to check products and learn about services. So you can see that many people on Instagram are going there to get value as well. So don't have this limited mindset that, okay, if I am if I'm an entertainer, I won't trend on Instagram. That's not true. But one thing I do advise people is that make sure your content is catchy. If you are using a video, make sure the video is clear. Let the video should be clear, the audio should be clear. So here are the some tips on how to grow your Instagram account. Set up your profile correctly. I've said that, and I won't keep on explaining on that because of time. So another thing is join micro communities. This will really help you, to connect with the right people and get the right people to engage in your content fast, so that you can your post, maybe video or text or anything, can gain visibility. Also use the right hashtags. This is really important for Instagram. Use the right hashtags. Another way is that you should post relatable and relevant content. Good content is what turns your story into memory. If your content is superb, if your content is great, it will turn to memory. People will keep on remembering it. They might even share it on their pages. So because of time, guys, let's go to another platform, which is LinkedIn. Yes, we are all on LinkedIn. I guess most of us here tonight, we are all on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is one of the fastest growing professional platform which people use with the right, and most people on LinkedIn are highly educated. So you don't have to stress yourself to gain visibility, because most people on LinkedIn are either here to learn or you know to communicate value. So here are some tips on how to grow your LinkedIn account. Number one, set up a profile correctly. Set up a profile in the right way. This is really wide, and I might not want to go much into it, but make sure you use the right keyword um on your curators mode, so that whenever people visit your page, so that they will see the kind of the things you talk about. If you do talk about copywriting, branding, whatsoever, on your curators mode, so that people will see. Another thing is include keywords in your about section. This for people, so whenever people search for maybe copywriter or whatsoever keyword you're targeting, so that your profile can pop up. This really helped me. If you read my post, I think I posted it 2 or 3 months ago, that I landed a client without that. A client checked my profile and he gave me a job automatically without asking for my CV or whatsoever. So while we were talking, he said he was checking through one of the pages, the page of the person that submitted his CV. So while he was checking, he just saw my profile. My profile just popped up on his page that this person also follows this person. Would you like to follow this person? I don't know if you are familiar with that. So that was how he contacted me, and he gave me that job. So please, your profile, it's really important. Use keywords. So another thing is create valuable content. Even if people come to your profile and the content you post, they are not really valuable, they will they will back off. That is just it. So make people, once you attract the keywords will bring them in, while the valuable content you provide is what will make them stick and connect with you. So that is all for now. Okay, I won't forget this. Comment on other people's posts, support them. Someone reached out. LinkedIn, social media, you don't know who the people are watching. Someone reached out to me 2 weeks ago, and it was like, anytime you receive notification that I comment on comment on any post, that I will go to that post and read the post and comment, because it's sure that whatever I comment on must be a valuable post. So this is really important as well. People are watching you. If you are not making valuable comments, like some people do that on my post, don't promote your product or service on other people's posts. It is not. That is because of time. So yes, here are a few mistakes you should avoid maximizing any of these platforms. Number one, avoid plagiarism. It can mar your reputation. Even if you build your brand for months and you plagiarize a day, you might lose trust, followers, and so many things. The second thing is avoid avoidable controversy. This is social media. Many people have different perspective So you will see posts that you disagree with every day. If you disagree, just tell the person, communicate in a very responsible way. You don't have to insult anyone. Just state your objection in a very responsible way. So another thing you should avoid is, okay, can you hear me, guys? All right. So another thing you should avoid while maximizing any of this platform is, please don't share what you are not comfortable with. Internet never forgets, especially on there was a video. I saw a video on TikTok. Someone sent it to me about last week. There was a about people sleeping with dog. Just for the lady to get more people to follow her, she lied that she also slept with dog, and she later came out regretting that she was sorry that she just did that to catch crews or followership or something like that. Even Punch, I read the same post on the same post on Punch newspaper. So you could see how the internet can be. 1 minute video can ruin some people's life. So please don't post what you are not comfortable with. Remain valuable, love others, show respect, add value, and you are good to go. Platforms that I would love to share, but because of time, I won't be able to share them. You can create a good brand and impact lives on TikTok as well. Create valuable videos. If you're a motivational speaker, create videos, motivate people, share value, things like that. You can also use, I won't advise you Reddit. I wasted like 2 months on Reddit trying to gain visibility. But if you are a Nigerian, you might not want to use Reddit because most Nigerians are not on Reddit. I attended classes, wasted effort, but so whatsoever internet platform you would love to utilize, make sure that your target audience are there, and find yourself before finding your target audience. This is very important. Know your purpose. This is what will keep you going even with low engagement. Don't say because I am a writer, I post about writing, you want to be a writer. Don't try to fit into other people's image. I can tell you tips on how to grow your brand, how to maximize these platforms, but without getting the right thing, like without knowing what to avoid, trust me, guys, you will just forget about all this within 2 weeks or 2 months if you are not getting results. So, and that is all for night. Let your questions come. Like, I would really love to answer all your questions, guys. Let your questions keep coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That was so insightful. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I
Hi,
can
can
hear
you hear
you.
me?
Thank you.
All right, that's
Yes, I
nice. Thank
can.
you so much. Thank you so much. That was very, very insightful. I can see everybody jubilating. Look at, and there are lots of questions. Thank you very much. So, without taking much of our time, I have just a few questions to ask you, ma. You know,
Okay.
I am a particular of your sweet content on LinkedIn. Seriously, I also, and most of us do face this difficulty of creating posts, creating content every day, and sometimes we ask ourselves, what's going on? So I just want to ask you, in all these your years of journey as a content writer, as a SEO, so what keeps you motivated? What keeps you motivated? How do you daily come up with content? And it's nice. Just let us know, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for that question. Someone asked me that question. She has been visible on LinkedIn, but she told me that she has not been posting because she doesn't know what to post. And I was like,
Okay.
the thing might think people know something, but try it out, post it. Think about one of the questions you do ask yourself, one of the problems you do face, and provide that you've gotten answers to. then post it, write a content around it and post it. You can also check other people's page for inspiration. For instance, if you talk about branding, I do this a lot. I just type in the search bar, I type hashtag branding. So you click on it, you'll see hundreds of posts. If you read up to 10 posts, it's not possible for you not to get the inspiration to post. You definitely have something to write about.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Okay, I have another question from the audience. She
Okay.
asks, how do you manage all social media platforms? You talk about Facebook, you talk about Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. It can be very overwhelming sometimes. So how do you manage it? How do you manage all these platforms?
That it can be very overwhelming. It is overwhelming, and that is why I tell people you have a life outside social media. Don't use don't be so focused on social media that you just jeopardize other areas of your lives. Sometimes I don't like I reduced my engagements like on Facebook. Although I have a client, I manage his Facebook page. So basically now I'm active on Facebook and LinkedIn. So my Instagram, I'm not active on Instagram, I'm not active on Twitter for now. So that I can, give my clients the best, and I can also balance my life. So you don't have to be on all these social media platforms. One or two is okay. And if you have the money to hire a social media manager, you can do that. But you don't have to be you don't have to be on all the social media platforms. I think we lost maybe.
Okay, sorry, the network is really bad. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Seriously, what stood out for me from your all the teachings, all the soap you have cut for us here today is you said your profile. That has been an issue for so many of us. Before, it's my issue then, but now I've changed, I've repented. Our profile, we tend to lead just like that. Forgetting that it's social media, that's just like our identity online, our identity online. So I really love that you pinpoint that, you bring out that point. It's very important. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. So without taking much of your time, I don't think we have much questions. But let me just drop one more question. So please tell me, like, how did it all started? Your career. How did you choose your career? How did you come to your conclusion that this is where I want to be? This is what I want to do. So just give me one more
Okay.
question. Just answer this one more question, please. Yeah.
I've always loved to be a communicator. That's why I studied mass communication in school. So it's just about knowing yourself. When I was young, I wanted to be a doctor because everyone, it was like as if you are not a doctor, you won't be successful in life. But I knew my strength. I knew that I am better in writing and in speaking. So that was why I went into writing. And the thing is, you might not get everything figured out at first. Just know that one thing, that okay, I'm good at this, and follow it. Avoid crowd. If other people are to the right or to the left, and you are sure that you want to move forward, you just keep on going. You might not get everything figured out at once, but it's okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
guys.
God bless you.
I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to share my screen. You can check my page. I will upload it. I'll upload it for you guys. So sorry about that.
All right, no problem. So we're going to be moving forward because there is no more time. So I'm going to be introducing the next speaker. Thank you so much. We got so much value from you, Olamide. God bless you. And everybody is happy to have you. So we are going to be introducing the next speaker, the next facilitator. This our program is very unique. and it's very nice. It's just different from every other program you might have been attended. So to introduce the next facilitator, her name is, I can see the excitement. Her name is Miss Temitope Batley. So let's welcome Miss Temitope.
Hi everyone, good evening. Can you hear me? Wow. Okay, I'll just go ahead then. Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you so much, Mary Sebastian, for that wonderful introduction. And first and foremost, I would just like to say that I am super excited to be here right now, and it's a great privilege to be one of the great facilitators for the Global Transformation Conference, right? So basically, I'll just go right into it to introduce our next speaker. Okay, because we have lined up speakers already, and some had already spoken. So the next speaker for today is Awa Undukwe. And before then, I would just like to briefly read his bio to us. Awa is a brand strategist at Optivity, and he's someone who loved helping people. He has, over the couple of years, he has helped tons of brands and companies build not only personal brand but also business brand. Aside that, it has also helped them skyrocket their revenue from, let's say, 0 to hero. So today, Awa Undukwe is going to be taking us through how to build a global audience for our personal brand and our global brand. But before then, please, I just want to give you a heads up. He is going to be dropping tons of gems. So please have your notepad and pen ready. I have my hair already, right? And all of your questions, drop them in the chat section, and he would be happy to answer every single one of them, right? So on this note, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage the person of our Ondukwe. Thank you. Can you all hear me? Okay, just a second, please. Yeah, so basically there is a kind of a bit delay on the part of our speaker, right? So we are going to probably have the next speaker come up. But until then, let me just do like a brief talk or a brief conversation. Okay, all right, then before then, please let me bring up our very own amiable, excellent compare, the person of Abiye Abere. Then we can continue from there, please. Sincere apologies about that. There is a bit delay from the part of our speaker. Yes, so Abire is going to come up and take the. Thank you. Just a moment. Sincere apologies for all comfort in our setup, right, or the network. We will get it fixed right away. All right, excellent.
Batley, are you with
We have
me?
Abire. Yeah,
Batley,
thank
are you
you.
with me?
Thank you for
Beautiful.
coming out. Yeah.
Baki, are you with me?
Yes, please. Yes, please. I'm here.
When we started, I told our audience that to
Yeah.
maintain engagement, whenever I say Global Transformation Conference 2022, they should respond by saying breaking limits, reaching the peak. But now
Yeah.
we are on screen together. We are on screen together, and you will be the representative of the audience. So when I say Global Transformation Conference 2022 on behalf of the audience, and I want to see the audience responding as well in the chat section, you would respond breaking limits, reaching the peak. So Global Transformation Conference 2022.
Breaking limits, reaching the peak.
Okay, beautiful. I would like to ask you a very quick question, right?
Okay.
While we wait for our next speaker to be brought
Yeah.
upstage or for him to be ready. To you, what does it mean to reach the peak? What does that point, the peak, because the peak is a point. So
Yeah.
what does the peak mean to you, the lady called Batley?
Yeah, so basically to respond to that question, personally, I would say reaching the peak basically means me getting to a point in my career or in my life. It could be financially, it could be career-wise, it could be personally, where I had come to the realization that okay, this is peace. Right? So peak has different meanings to different individuals. To me, it could be me having peace of mind in my career. To another person, it could be they having financial freedom. Right? So to me, peak to me, the Lady Batley is basically going to be me having peace at a very point in my life where I feel like okay, I had gone through everything that had occurred or transpired in my life over the couple of years, and here I am. I know deep within me, that there is nothing or there's nothing else I want. Don't get me wrong. At every stage of our life, we are always wanting more. We are always needing more. There's always the next thing to
Definitely.
achieve, right? But the moment you
Definitely.
realize that if you keep pursuing things of the world or you keep pursuing some certain things in your life without you coming to the agreement, right, that okay, this is what peace wants to mean to me, you will just keep chasing. You will keep chasing. So peak could be like, obviously right now is not my peak. Like, I mean, I have aspirations, I
Ah,
have dreams, I have things that I am always shooting for the stars, right? So it all depends on the stage and level you are in life. That is what you use to determine your peak, right? So peak to me is
beautiful.
going to be where I have peace of mind, and you know, I have good love life. I have I am financially free. Yes, of course. Good love life is also because basically if you are married, all right, or you are entrained with a partner that does not see your vision, that his goals or aspiration does not align with yours, you are definitely not going to get to that peak. Do you
So,
understand?
so the lady called Batley, your desire is to get married to a man that would support your vision so that you will be able to get to that peak you want to get to.
Exactly. And don't get me wrong, right? I know that I have dreams, I have aspirations, I have what I want to achieve, and I have to get them done by myself with his help. So it is not him trying to alleviate me or him trying to be like the way out of whatever I am in right now, or a way out of, I won't say the trenches. No, but he has to be by my side by side. We work together to get to that peak. That is how it's going to be. So you support me along the way, I support you too, right? So, but
Okay.
yeah. But at every
Beautiful.
point in our lives, we have different definitions of peak. Yes, but right
Okay.
now my peak is going to be with that woman, right? Supporting my dream. And obviously, of course, we are going to impact tons of life along the way, and we make money eventually. Yeah.
Batley, who knows if I'm that one man you're looking for? Who knows? Who knows, really?
I I don't know. I don't know, but I know that he's going to come. Like, he is going to come. Let's just say I'm getting myself prepared for the kind of man that I want to meet. Because it's just like I said in one of my content these days, you attract what you put out, right? So I want to attract the kind of person that I would be proud to say, okay, this is my man, and he himself would be proud to say, okay, this lady is mine, right? So we side by side
Yeah,
support
thank
each
you
other.
so much. Thank you so much, Batley. I have a good news for everyone, including you, Batley. I've been prompted that our speaker, our Ndukwe, is ready to come up and thrill the old Bonza presentation. Please, ladies and gentlemen, join us together. Welcome our wonderful seasoned speaker, our Ndukwe. He talks positioning for global recognition. Over to you, our Ndukwe. It's a pleasure to have you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
I need to know.
We can hear you. You're audible. You're live.
We can hear you.
The audience is
okay.
The audience is 120% ready.
Yeah, he vanished.
All right. So to our audience, we sincerely apologize about the back and forth again, right? So like I said, I had already introduced him, but I am going to reintroduce him again. Awa is one of those very few that I look up to on the platform. I am always looking out for his posts, for his content, and sometimes I go to his profile to just see if he had dropped some gems or some nuggets, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, on this session is our own Ndukwe, someone who is a brand strategist with Optivity. Aside that, he is a brand coach and he has helped thousands of brands and companies skyrocket their revenue from zero to hero. And today, he's going to be sharing with us all those nuggets and tips that he shares with people that pay for his session and services. He'll be sharing all of those with us for free. So, with a resounding round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Awa to stage as he takes us through how to build a global audience for your brand. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Batley. I almost missed this. I was, rushing back home and I had to just jump in on this. This is my first time using this platform to listing. Wow. I don't know if I should be blushing. I was scared of what I'm saying. Really, thank you for the whole, for all you guys have been doing for this particular audience, for the whole age, for having me here today too. Wow, thank you very much. Yeah, I have 20 minutes to talk, and I think 10 minutes for questions. Okay, and these are the questions, and this is not going to go technically, so we're just going to freestyle. Okay, I'm just going to say my story, and I'm trying to put one or two tips. Okay, straight to the head. So once again, my name is Akinde, and brand strategist. I've been on LinkedIn for. Someone is saying they can't hear me. Wow. So yeah, my name is Akinde. K stands for Kalu. I'm Igbo. Check that audio. Okay, we hear you now. Okay, the audio is breaking up. Oh, Jesus is Lord. Set up your profile page. Put all your creative. Okay, so to continue. The audio is breaking. Wow. Oh, we can't hear you. Okay, well, don't worry. Mind the hear me. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. So, quick one. What is global audience? What is global audience? And what is? I'm not of my speakers then. It is better. Can you hear me now? Oluyemi, can you hear me better now? Okay, continue. Okay, so global audience. What is a global audience? That's the first thing we need to ask ourselves. And I'm really, really grateful when I see a lot of us, we Nigerians, on the platform today. When I started like 3-4, it was really, really wow, it's really breaking. Oh shit! And I really want to drop some key points here. Okay, this is from LinkedIn. Okay, so let's go further. I think. Okay, so when I started 3-4 years ago, as I was saying, it was pretty difficult. Okay, what we really had were HRs and people with, should I say, people with the titles, and those who were with the title, it was difficult for you to actually come on the platform and create something for yourself. Okay, and trying to get the audience was the major thing, and how do you do that? But it was really, really difficult for us to crack out, especially for someone. Trying to get a global audience, when you talk about global, you're talking about not just Nigeria, we're talking about, we're still not hearing you. Okay, we talk about the United States, we're talking about, Europe, we're talking about Asia, we're talking about Africa, not just Nigeria. Okay. I personally wanted to get the white crowd. Okay, for go through my profile, you would realize Angela, end it and try playing again. Wow, your voice is shaking. This is okay. Consider turning off your video. Okay, my continue. I'm really not in this. Yes, okay, continue. Okay, so is it better? I am not seeing our comments. I'm seeing it. Oh, Jesus Lord. Okay, can I end this and come back on? Would that be better? Okay, well, I'm really so. Oh, sure, end this and.
The beginning is now. The future is here. It is time to be globally relevant. Get ready for the Global Transformation Conference 2022, a virtual conference that will equip you with knowledge, tools, and traits to set you on the track of global relevance. Date 13 to 15 2022. Meet our speakers Philip Oladejo, Emmanuel Nduka, our Vincent, Frank Agin, Chikodi Emmanuel, Goodness Somtochukwu, Olamide Akinde, Peter Ebuka, and the convener, Vivian Claire Okeke. You will learn the exact principles that got these people to the top. Global Transformation Conference 2022. Breaking limits, reaching your peak. The beginning is now. The future is here. It is time to be globally relevant.
Okay, is this better? Still same. Wow. Is this better? Oluyemi. Can I go further? It's better. Okay, my wife said it's better. Wow. Welcome. Okay. I really don't know. I think I have just a few minutes remaining. I really don't know how we're going to do this, but I'm going to just rush up. Okay, so global audience. We're talking about the global audience. Yeah, perfect. Cool. So let's roll. So when talking about global audience, we are talking about just Nigeria. We're talking about United States. We're talking about Europe. We're talking about Asia. We're talking about other parts of Africa. We're talking about the world generally. Okay, and that's what we talk about. Global audience in the world today, where we're talking about a lot of people working from home and talking about going digitally. You are not just going to be looking at the Nigerian crowd, okay? You want to go further than that. You want to earn in a foreign currency or in foreign currencies. And the only way you're going to do this is actually to go global, okay? Um, Now, trying to go global, there are a lot of things you have to do. You need to understand that your audience matters a lot. I think that's a lot of mistake a lot of people are making, and that's what has helped me to be consistent on the platform and globally, right? Knowing about my audience. You need to know that it's all about psychology. You need to know that it's all about your target audience. There's the audience, there's the target audience. Okay. A lot of people get this wrong by just jumping in on the platform or LinkedIn platform or just jumping in and trying to just freestyle. Let me use that word, but that is the wrong thing. For you to get a global audience, the first thing you need to ask yourself is you need to go on what they call self-discovery. You need to be self-aware. You need to have, self-awareness. You need to take out time to ask yourself a couple of questions. You can't just jump on the platform because when you jump in, you're going to jump out. Okay. So a lot of people have asked me through the years, how have you been able to, break through? How have you been able to be consistent? And I need you all to know that LinkedIn is a very good platform where your life can be changed. Okay. I joined LinkedIn 3 4 years ago. I had nothing. I had nothing. When I talk about nothing, I had nothing. I was just a normal Nigerian graduate, that was looking for a job. I practically couldn't get that. Okay. And I jumped in on LinkedIn, should I say 2008, 2018. Yeah. And when I jumped in on LinkedIn, I had nothing. And today, for people that know me, if you go through my profile and all that, I don't like talking about things I've achieved, but I've been able to get myself a home. I've been able to get married last year to one of the most beautiful women on LinkedIn. Okay, I'm sure a few people like Goodness, Somtochukwu should know that, should know my journey a bit. I've been able to, get very good jobs for myself. I've been able to. I work with so many foreign organizations, have foreign clients, and I did this all through LinkedIn. Well, how did I come around this? This is not a coaching class, well, I know I won't be able to go through all that, but the things you need to know is number one, you need to be self-aware. When I talk about self-awareness, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? A lot of you don't know about your strengths or your weaknesses, right? You need to really understand that you're not the only one on this platform. Everybody wants to be heard. It's like you going to the marketplace and everybody's trying to sell their wares. What makes you stand out? If you're not standing out, then you cannot be noticed. If you're not standing out, then you cannot actually be in the position to add value. If you're not standing out, you cannot have the right perception, okay, in the mindset of your target audience. There are a lot of people on the platform. There are a lot of people, trying to do so many things. It's not just about the skill set. A lot of people are better than other people, but those who have the less skill than you are actually breaking bounds, while you with the whole skill set can't break bounds. And that is the simple truth. So, okay, are they on me? Are they doing? Oh God, when? Yeah. So, the question you need to ask yourself is, in a platform where you have so many people trying to, get the attention of, their audience, how am I going to stand out? How are you going to do that? I talked about self-awareness. What is your strength? My strength was I've done a lot of businesses before now. I'm a good writer, I'm a psychologist. Okay. I can speak, I can talk, I can communicate. I knew that okay, this is your strength and this is your weakness. Number two, who are your target audience? Who do you really want to connect with, on the platform? everybody cannot be your target audience. That mistake a lot of people make. You cannot be writing a Nigerian kind of content, sorry to use that word, and you're trying to gain the global audience, which is the audience in the United States or audiences in Asia or other parts of the world. You cannot be writing using a part of graphics where you are trying to connect with people that are not in Nigeria, for example. So you need to know your target audience. You need to know how they think. It's all about the behavioral pattern. Okay, if you cannot understand the behavioral pattern of people you're trying to connect to or connect with, then you're actually cutting it. It's like me liking, who am I going to use? It's like me looking at Angela Onoja, and I want to connect Angela Onoja, and I like Angela Onoja, right? I want to take her out on a date. I need to be able to understand how Angela thinks, what she likes, what her pain points are, right? If I don't know these things, even if we go out on a date, we cannot connect, on the same frequency. Now we cannot. It's going to be a misplaced, conversation. But I really need to take out time to really understand who Angela is. Do you understand me? It's the same thing if I want to connect with maybe a Veronica that is based in Austria. Okay, I'm really going to go, think about what is the pain point of those in Austria? What is the news of those in Austria? What kind of personality do those in Austria love? Okay, now your content is the voice of your personality. I'm trying to go a bit technical. I know I just have a few minutes. I really didn't even rehearse this, but I'm just going to talk. Your content, okay, is the voice of your personality. Meaning, your content needs to relate with your personality and needs to connect with your target audience. Okay? Just putting out a content without understanding your target audience is not going to lead you to anywhere. I have a lot of people that reach out to me, sorry to expose this secret, and they say, hey, I'm having a lot of engagement, but I'm not having gigs because most of the gigs I'm having are Nigerian gigs and they can't really pay me. Then I ask you, have you even done the research to know who your audiences are? And they tell me, I'm looking for people probably in the United States that are working in the telecommunication industry, or people that are earning between, let's say, $10,000 to $15,000 a month. Now, I go back to their content and their profile, and I realize that their content has nothing, does not even have the personality, does not even have the right keywords to even connect. So you can be on LinkedIn for 10 years, for 10 freaking years, being consistent and doing it all over and all over again every day, and you'll be doing trash. Sorry to use that word, right? But that is why a few people are actually killing it and the other ones are not killing it. I think I'm trying to really, the truth is bitter. And I really, really want my Nigerian people to actually be doing well. I'm so happy when I look back and I see a lot of people, popping up, and it's like, yeah, because the truth is, when the category expands, when there are a lot of Nigerians doing well, okay, when that category expands, it brings a lot of attention, investors to this part of the world. Okay, so back to the ish, a lot of people are making that mistake of using a different content that doesn't roll with the personality of who they are to connect with their target audience, because they don't even know who their audiences are. Another thing you talk about is, what is your strength? Are you a good writer, or are you a graphic designer, or can you connect emotionally? A lot of people are not good writers, but they don't decide to write. If you're not a good writer, you can't stand out, because your content has to be emotional, it has to be purposeful, it has to have life. There are a lot of lifeless contents on LinkedIn platform, and there are a few live contents on LinkedIn platform. And when your content is lifeless, trust me, you're just going to be moving consistently in the wrong direction. I think I have 5 minutes more. There are a lot of things to talk about through the years, but when it's 5 minutes, I'll round up. You can ask me any question. So, your personality matters. What personality do you want to put out there? Okay, your personality, your target audience. What kind of personality do you want to say you are? Are you a sophisticated person? Are you a humble person? Are you a sincere person? What is your personality like? Have you even asked yourself the question? What is your story? If you don't have a story, then you're not even going anywhere. People connect with you based on your story. So the truth is, do you even have a story? Let's not even talk about your strengths. I am a writer. I can write from now till the next year. I was reading novels. So I'm a good writer. So what my strength was, I was connecting. If you read my content, you realize that I didn't talk about branding, right? I know what I'm doing because I'm trying to build a personality that they can trust, that they can love, right? So nobody wants to be sold to. The mistake is a lot of people come to sell. Nobody wants to be sold to. What makes you different? Why would they want to buy from you when they can't even trust you? Okay. So I think my 5 minutes is almost up. This is not a coaching class, right? But you are free to ask many questions. And if you want a branding session, and if you want to connect, if you want to be purposeful, if you want to get gigs, not just being on LinkedIn, because I think another problem is you'll be on LinkedIn for three months and you don't have a job, you're going to burn out. Who's going to buy you that data, right? So these are the few points I'm going to ask you about. Who are those you love on LinkedIn? Who are those who you admire? What makes them different? Who are your competitors? Who are doing the same thing that you are doing? What are they doing differently that you are not doing? And also, what value are they adding so that you're not going to be adding the same value and they're better than you with your strength and you're going to be underneath here. If you're not standing out, remember, I'm telling you that the right people are actually not going to reach out to you. So what is your strength? Who are those people that are doing the same thing like you? And the question you need to ask yourself is, what are they doing? What value are they giving out? We are all writing, but there's something different. You need to understand the benefit they are giving. If you don't understand the benefit they are giving, then you might be under them. Then you need to ask yourself, so what benefit am I going to be giving? How do I want people to feel when they read my content? What else do I do when it comes to networking, communications? So there's a whole lot, but what I'm going to say at the end of the day is before you even embark on this journey, you need to have a period of self-discovery. You need to believe in yourself. You need to know your strengths. You need to know what you really want. Consistency in the wrong direction will lead you nowhere. So I don't believe in that bull crap called consistency. So let you done the right thing, which is building the right foundation for yourself. Thank you very much. So questions for me, if there's any. I think my 5 minutes is up.
Okay, thank you so much.
That
Thank you
20
so
minutes
much.
was really short. If you're going to be inviting me again next time, talk to my people, which are Nigerians, you have to give me 1 hour because there are a lot of things I need to talk about.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Thank
hear
you
me?
so much, Mr. Awa Ndukwe. That was such an insightful session. I mean, on LinkedIn, you are one of those personalities that every young creative person should look out for because of the kind of value you share and the kind of track record you've also set. So, having said all that you said and having heard that, I mean, someone prompted us saying that she just loved what you said about if you want to attract the world, or if you want to attract the globe, then we should create global content. And I'm definitely sure that our participants will surely create global content after today's event. But very quickly, I want to ask you about your process in becoming this influential. I mean, you have over 100,000 followers on LinkedIn. How were you able to do this? What was the process like for you? Did you ever feel discouraged? Did you ever feel like you shouldn't be doing this? Were there points where you felt like giving up? Just give us a bit about what your process and your journey has been like to this point of global relevance.
Okay, thank you very much. I started in 2018. I started with just my Infinix phone and my dog. For those that know me, I love pets a lot. Infinix phone and a dog. Okay, and when I got started, all we had on LinkedIn were HRs, and I mean, if you're not on HR, nobody was going to listen to you, right? There were just a few people. Just me and maybe just Scanty House. And so, yeah, when I started, it was really difficult. It was really difficult breaking into the white crowd. It's more difficult trying to break in. I could rather have stayed, back with the Nigerian audience, but I knew what I wanted. I wanted that global audience, right? So what did I do? I had to go back and read. I had to go back and study. I had to go back and actually ask myself deep questions. I needed to go back and know what they wanted, what they liked, what's going to make me different. Were there times where I almost gave up? Yes, there were times I almost gave up. There were times I almost gave up because I wasn't getting it at first. It was pretty difficult. But today I'm really grateful. And I want to tell every Nigerian out there, I am a witness of so much testimony on LinkedIn. I'm not the one to come out and talk about other things because I don't believe in that. Okay. But I'm trying to tell you, if I could get married in the space of joining LinkedIn in 3 years, if I could have my own house, if I could work for different foreign brands, and I mean, from nowhere, from just an Infinix phone, I believe any other person can do that, really speaking. All I'm just trying to say is you need to be able to understand your audience. Like I said initially, trying to break to the global audience needs a little different effort. Okay, it's not just about within. You need to be able to break out, and it needs a different psychology, mindset, and personality. And when you do that, you're going to stand out. Trust me.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Someone is asking a question in the chat box, and I'll just read it out for you. And the question is, considering that you have just given us a summary of what your process was like, what were some of the mistakes that you made, if you made any, when you first started out on LinkedIn, when you first started out in building your audience? Did you make any mistakes? Because it's important, because I believe that your desire would be that people learn from your experience. So you wouldn't want people to maybe make mistakes you made, if you made any. So that's the question. Did you make any mistakes? What were they, and how were you able to overcome them to be globally relevant as you are now?
Okay, when I started, initially I was all about the traction. Okay, I was getting like 1,000. For those who go through my post, I was getting like 1,000 likes, 10,000 likes, 15,000 likes, and I got distracted. 10,000 likes won't get you paid. 15,000 likes won't get you paid. When you start growing in life, when you start having a family, you realize that food on the table is what matters, right? So I had to start all over again from saying I'd rather have 2 likes at a job than having 10,000 likes. And the only thing people were asking from me was, Egbomi, help me, Egbomi, how far? And I was like, it's just 10,000 likes I have, but it's not dollars, it's not things, And I was broke as fuck, so I had to change the whole dynamics. Number 2 was when I started, there's something I'm so happy for a few people. Emmanuel, I would say Emmanuel, I think is one of the speakers. I remember last year when I followed him, and I tried to encourage him. I think he wrote about that, and I was really encouraged. I was so happy because when I started, there's one mistake I did. I wanted to be loved so much by the Nigerian crowd. So I remember I sent a message to about not less than 800 connections, Nigerians, on my messages, telling them I'm going to be writing content. I need you guys to please follow me, or like my post. Only 2 people replied me. Okay? Only 2 people replied me. Yeah. So, but when I started, the funniest thing, it didn't break me. I went ahead to start, and that was what broke me out, because I had over 1,000 likes, and over 800 of them were whites. That was why I got my first job, and that was why it's like I think that took me global, because then I just followed the crowd. So what I'm going to say is, everybody, your crowd is different. Everybody, your journey is different. Everybody, your people are different. Your story is different. You don't know who is going to come connect with you. You don't know who is going to watch you. So don't compare yourself with anyone. I know you might want to say you want to start with this, but when you get started, you might realize that God has a better plan for you. I'm grateful nobody replied me. No Nigerian replied me, because I would have been where I am today.
Really interesting. That's the question.
So I continue. Just know what you want and go ahead. The people that are going to understand your message will come for you. Just be consistent and know what you want.
Beautiful, beautiful. I believe, sir, that you're open to connections, and our audience connect with you as well.
Yeah, I always feel happy when I'm actually brought back home like this to talk with my Nigerian people, because I'm always used to, a white face. So when I see a lot of Nigerians like this, and I'm really happy to, I'll definitely want to help. Okay, so yeah,
okay,
sure.
so please, audience. Everybody is saying that you deserve over an hour to dish out all that you have to share.
I told you I need 1 hour. Everybody. Sorry, everybody,
I
make
personally
another.
agree that.
Yeah, go ahead, go
No,
ahead.
go
I don't
on,
know
go
what to
on.
say. Okay,
You
everybody.
were going to make.
Yeah, everybody. There are a lot of things you have to know. Okay, you guys should come together and create another event where I have 1 hour and I'm gonna teach you guys every freaking fucking thing. Okay, in the space of 6 months,
Yeah,
everybody should be all right. You guys should come together,
beautiful.
create 1 hour. I'll be there.
Interesting. I appreciate your selflessness and your desire to see that people in the Nigerian community, in the African space, and all over the world get to be relevant globally. It's so commendable, and our audience appreciates you as well. So please, audience, can you give our dear speaker, our Ndukwe, a global transformation conference kind of round of applause as he exits this virtual stage? Thank you so much for that insightful session. We hope to have
Yeah,
you
you're
some
welcome.
other time, and we hope to learn from you even more. Please put your hands
Welcome.
together
Take
for our
care.
speaker, our Ndukwe, as he exits this virtual stage. Can I see your hands in the comment section? I can see it. If you appreciate, please put your hands together for him. Global Transformation Conference 2022, Breaking Limits, Reaching the Peak. I'm definitely sure that a lot of persons are already to get to their peak. I am one of them, but you are as well. The event continues, and I hope you are taking notes because I am writing a lot. My daughter is almost full, trust me. So you would be doing yourself so much good if you're taking notes. When Mary Sebastian talked, she said that this event is quite different because we have panelists and speakers all here to give value to you. And today it's my pleasure to announce that we have prepared one last speaker who is amazing in her own right. But I won't be the person to introduce that beautiful and amazing Bones speaker to you, but we'll be having one panelist come up to do that. She is a medical student turned digital entrepreneur. Trust me, she's one who has coached people on digital marketing and hopes to impact the world globally. She's already doing that using the LinkedIn platform and other social media platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome to this global stage Goodness Lanu Ayankoya as she comes up to facilitate the next session. Goodness Lanu Ayankoya, we are waiting for you. Apologies if I pronounce that name wrongly anyway. I'm learning to pronounce Yoruba names properly. Hi. No. We are waiting for Goodness Lanu Ayankoya. Our treasure. Our speaker is ready and she's already smiling, but I'm not the one to introduce her. Good news, Lanu Ayankoya. Please, we are waiting for you. Good news, where are you? Good news, Lanu, where are you? Here she is. Good news. The stage is yours. Over to you.
Hi.
No. We are waiting for Goodness Lanu Ayankoya. Our treasure, as began is ready as she's already smiling. I'm not the one to introduce her. Good news, Lanu Ayankoya.
Okay. Hi. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. Can everyone hear me? All right. Hi, everyone. Hi. Can everyone hear me? Can anyone hear me at all? Okay. Hmm. Can anyone hear me? Hello.
Hello, good news. You are live. We can hear you. Everybody's waiting for our speaker. So you can go on and just introduce her so that the event, this global event can continue. Look at your global smile. Please go on.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Global Transformation Conference. I know this is the last session for tonight, so if you're still awake, just type Dorime. Type Dorime in the comment section so I can know if you're hearing me or not. Or just type a yes. Type yes if you can hear me. Hi everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. So all right, so I'll be going straight to introduce the next speaker. And honestly, I'm just meeting her for the first time. Like, I didn't know her before. But to introduce the next speaker, her name is Goodness Somtochukwu Odiaka. She's a copywriting deity. And when you hear the word copywriting deity, that means she must know her onions, right? So if you're ready to have our copywriting deity, career mentor, game changer, mental health advocate, and she's also a pioneer of the Dear 20-something, the author of the book Broken, Now Beautiful, popularly known for breaking the record of being a millionaire at 19. She has also mentored over 100 people in choosing the right career path and making money globally. She's a voice for kindness, and her goal is to inspire and impact hundreds of people. And tonight, she's going to be speaking on how to hack skills for global relevance. With an ovation, let's welcome tonight Goodness Odiaka. I want to just leave a round of applause for her in the comment section, okay? You're welcome. Just to the stage. Okay.
Hello everyone. Hey Goody, it's nice to see your global smile like Abiye called it. Alright, thanks for having me guys. I'm really happy to be here. It's raining outside and I'm really praying that it's not going to disturb this session. Please, can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me know that you can hear me. Okay, so today I'm really very grateful to Claire for having this session, for having this conference, because this is massive and it's really wonderful and I'm glad to be here. So without wasting much time, I'm going to go ahead and discuss what we have for the night. And I'm going to be sharing my screen with you guys. So all right, guys. So I'm talking about hacking skills for global relevance. And when I was preparing for this session tonight, something really came to my my memory, and that thing was how it all started 3 years ago. It wasn't easy, right? It wasn't easy at all, but I thank God for how far the journey has been, and I'm grateful for everything. So, talking about hacking skills for global relevance, let's see what I have for you guys tonight. Now, we are going to talk about developing a global mindset, discovering your strengths, planning with your skills, and the skills to pursue monetizing and how to succeed online. So, just make sure you stay to the end of this because it's going to be value filled. I'm hoping it will be, anyways. Okay, so developing global mindset. When you hear global relevance, what comes to your mind? It means globe, right? It's not just about your immediate surroundings. It means being relevant outside your environment. It means being relevant to everyone. I mean, there is this goal I have always had, and that goal has always been like, if I'm meeting anybody today, if I'm communicating with anybody today, I want the person to actually gain value from whatever it is that I'm sharing or from my personality itself, right? So, and then I developed this global mindset. That was like 2018. I've always been like, okay, I want to give value, but I don't just want to give value to my immediate audience. I want, can you people see my screen, please? Let me not just, keep on talking without anyone being here with me. All right. So can you skip see my screen? Oh, can't see my screen. Okay. I'm trying to learn how to do this. Um, okay. So, sorry, please. I'm trying to share the screen, and I honestly don't know how I'm supposed to do that. Okay. Just a few minutes, please. Okay. Thanks for everyone that is trying to tell me how to do this. It's really helpful. So I'm trying to get this done. Okay. All right, so I guess I finally found a way. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for your questions. So, okay. All right, so sorry for that time waste. And thanks for everyone that told me how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about, hacking skills for global relevance. And like I said earlier, preparing for this session actually took me down the memory lane to how it all started. I was lost. There, I had school fees to pay. I had rents to take care of. I had bills. I had everything. Like it was all on my head. And thinking about it, I just wonder if I didn't have a skill, if I didn't have my writing skill there with me, what would I have done? And that was when I actually realized that it is very, very, very important to have a skill, especially in this global economy where everyone is going digital. Every company is looking for someone to help them, and you have a lot of bills to settle. All right, so you really, really need skills for global relevance. And about the topics, the key points I'll be discussing tonight are developing a global mindset, covering your strengths, because there is no how you can succeed if you don't even know who you are. That is one of the mistakes that I hear, that I see people keep making every time. They don't, like, they are lost, sort of. They don't know what they are doing. They don't even find themselves. And it's really, really crazy to just go out there if you don't know what your strengths are. Then we talk about planning with that strength, skills to pursue, monetizing, and how to succeed online, and developing global mindsets. When I was speaking, he said something about creating local content and creating global content. And I'm just like, hour has come again, because this is what he has always done. And this is really true, because this is time to go beyond your surroundings. What is this global conference thing all about again? It's about breaking limits, reaching the peak. And you don't just reach the peak in your surroundings. You don't just reach the peak immediate environment. No, the peak is not here. It's like when you're at the foot of the mountain and you're reaching for the peak, will you still be there in the foot of the mountain? No, you have to climb. You have to climb till you get to that peak. And that peak is becoming global. So that is the first thing. You need to develop a global mindset. You need to understand that this isn't just about me or my surroundings or my family or your friends and all that. You really need to develop global mindset. Okay, this is for the global world. This is for global clients. This is for global personalities, global impact, global mentorship. All right. So that is the first thing you need to do. Develop a global mindset. Tell yourself, I don't just want to be, relevant in my surroundings. It's great to be relevant in your local surroundings, of course, but the most important thing too in this global and digital native economy is to become relevant beyond your surroundings. So tell yourself, I'm going for. And when you have this mindset, finally, it starts to bring in that whole, okay, I'm going global. How am I supposed to go global? How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do that? What are the steps I need to follow to get global? And that is the first step in this whole getting global, all right? So now we talk about discovering your strengths. It's all about what are you bringing to your table. Now, as a girl, maybe a guy has asked you before, so what are you bringing to the table? I mean, right, so discovering your strength is about finding what you're actually bringing to the global table, right? So, and about having skills is not just going out there to just get something and start doing it. Sometimes you need your skills that are actually in line with your strengths, because then that you can be able to actually break out, then that you will actually be able to do something that is unique and authentic to your being, and that is when you will be able to keep on find the motivation, find the inspiration you need. For myself, I realized early on that I was a writer. Writing has always been my thing. So I started writing, but at a point I told myself, this writing is not fetching me money again. No, it's not fetching that big money. I think tech will do it for me. I went into tech. I did not last. I did not last in tech. Really. I didn't last. So I came back to my writing, and currently I'm making massive. I know how much I'm making in a month from just copywriting and writing for magazines and all that. So it's about this. What are you really, really good at? And remember, sometimes your strengths are not really fixed traits. They can change over time, because I've realized one thing: passion actually changes over time. You realize that, okay, today I'm doing this, it's great and all that, and tomorrow you don't even want to do anything again, you just want to do the other thing and all that. Like, I realize that as I'm growing, as I'm going further, I'm discovering a lot of things about me that I didn't even know that I had before. All right, so this is the second step: discovering your strengths. And how do you even discover these strengths that we are talking about? What do you enjoy doing? What have you always enjoyed doing? Do you like talking? Do you like drawing? Do you like writing? Do you like technical things? Do you like selling? Like, there are just some things that you really, really love doing. And there is this mistake people make. Sometimes they feel like what they love doing sometimes have no place in making them money or becoming globally relevant. And thinking about that, that is actually a very wrong notion these days, because we are living in a digital economy, and this digital economy is all about basically everything right now has its own market. Really, if you check, if you make people laugh, the skate market is there for you. They are making their money. If you just like dancing, digital content creators, anything at all, what gets you excited? What is it that whenever you just think about it in the morning, you just want to jump up and What gets me excited when I wake up in the morning as a writer is the fact that I have yet again another day to write something. And that is why you will see that actually my slides are well detailed, more like because I really, really love putting my thoughts on paper. Even if I'm not going to use them, I just love writing. All right. Now, what makes you feel good about yourself? What is it that if you think about it or if you do, makes you feel good about yourself? What has people complimented you on? Think about this. I was discussing with someone the other day, and she was telling me a lot of things. She was going along the road that doesn't even relate to who she is as a person. And at the point, I was just like, babe, this is what you can do. This is what I'm seeing about you. This is this. This is that. And immediately she keyed into that trend. Immediately she realized that this is what people have always been complimenting her on. She just keyed into that and she has been running with it and it's been going well for her. And then when do you feel most energized? If you're doing something, what are you best at doing? What do people say they like most about you? You can screenshot this slide so that you can keep it and sit down actually to release this out and answer them. All right. Now we go about planning with your strengths. Now, when we talk about planning with your strengths, you'll be like, okay, what is she trying to say? This is just almost the same thing as using your strength to discover your skills, right? So the key is not to try to change who you are, but to use your strengths in ways that will help you succeed in the global economy. Okay? So whatever it is that you are doing, do you have curiosity? Do you know how to manage people? Are you good at people management or community management? You already know there is a market for that. Okay? So plan with your strengths. Discover who you really are. This is very, very important because, like I once said, self-awareness. If you don't even know who you are, you will keep feeling empty. You go out there, you won't even have the motivation. Even when you get good, okay, like during that time that I went into tech, I got very good at web development and web designing. Till days, I think I can still write codes and all that, but I don't even find passion doing them. Like I don't feel happy doing them, but I'm good at them, right? So it's really, really important. Now, I think I actually got a job along that line, and maybe it's a retainership job. Do you think I'll actually have the motivation to show up every day trying to, trying to work? I'll just be working like you just here to earn the money, this, that. So it is really, really important so that you discover your strength. And if you're able to, when you work with your strength, surprised at how much you're able to accomplish. Okay. So now, the main thing for the at night is digital skills to pursue. Now, in this digital economy, basically almost everywhere you go now, there are companies looking for skills. There are a lot of things online that people are looking for to help them, to help their companies, or even as a digital content creator, info marketer, and all that, right? So we are going to head over to discuss the that we are going to see tonight. And yeah, we talk about copywriting. What were you expecting? This is my field now. I'm supposed to talk about it first. Right. So when we talk about copywriting, this is about writing content that sells, and it's different from it's very, very different from content writing. Now, content writing and copywriting are very different words. Now, with copywriting is actually the very main thing now companies are looking for because you need to sell. And as you're needing to sell, you have to sell without actually sounding like you're selling. So, copywriting is actually a great skill to possess if you know how to sell, if you're an info marketer or a marketer in a way, or you've always known how to convince people, you should really try copywriting because you can as well convince as many people as you can. Then when we talk about web design, yes, web designing, graphic designing. Please screenshot it because time will not let me talk about everything that I would really, really love to talk about. But as you screenshot it, you can actually go ahead and research about them and come up with something for them. Social media management, content writing, marketing, video editing, and animation. Now we talk transcription. There is transcripting YouTube videos and actually writing long content or long form content from them. Voiceover artists. I know some of you have sweet voices. All these voices that you'll be talking with somebody and they tell you, I just feel like hearing your voice. So come and use it and earn money. So marketing research analyst, if you are good at research, there are people that are actually really good at research. So you can just go into marketing research. Well, you honestly be shocked how many companies are looking for this global marketing research analyst. And then we talk about programming, coding, virtual assistant services, bookkeeping, and tax preparation. And so now these are the skills that you can easily go out there and learn online, right? So please make sure that you screenshot every one of them. And while you are discovering your strengths, try and find out the skills. This is just not everything, okay? So you can actually see. So you can actually see a lot of other skills online. And okay, so someone said I should remove my face. Okay, so let me stop presenting for now. No, okay, so there's one other one I want to talk about before we leave, and that is monetizing your skill. Monetizing your skill. Okay, so there are lots of ways that you can monetize your skill. We talk about freelancing. I'm a freelancer. I work with many companies, as many companies that I can handle, and you can earn a lot of money while you're monetizing. When you are a freelancer, you can sell courses online, you can write ebooks. There are just a lot of opportunities that I wish I have a lot of time to talk about this. And there is one thing I really want to point out when you have global skills. This thing is learn how to sell. Learn how to sell without actually selling. You really need to learn that skill, how to sell without actually selling. And then start small. When you are starting, I know there is this temptation to start big, but you need to start small. I started small. Okay, my first writing gig was $5 per 2,000 words. So it was crazy. And the subsequent ones. But currently, I'm charging around 100 to 150, sometimes $250 per 1,000 words. I know how big that is. So, but if you were looking at my beginning stage and think about, that's why I go use go this journey, you just be discouraged. All right. So learn how to start small and be patient, be consistent, keep on learning. You don't want to know how many courses I've taken just to get to where I am today. Today I write for Forbes, I write for Entrepreneur, I write for Business Insider, I write for top magazines. But was I always this good? Nah, I wasn't. So you really need to learn how to keep on learning, even as you think that you have arrived. You need to keep on learning, keep on improving yourself, and be consistent. Be consistent with sense. Don't go and be consistent with trash. Okay, guys. So I really have a lot to discuss about, but I think this is where we have to end for today because my host is already smiling at me. And please, one more important thing: create nothing but value. Please create nothing but value. If you are not creating value, if you're not creating value, nobody cares about you. Like I was said, myself, I realized when I came on LinkedIn, I messaged some people, please come and teach me this, or please help me. But when I started creating value, people started identifying with me. So learn how to create value. If you are create with your target audience in your head. Like, what am I offering them? What do I have to offer them? Like, what do I want them to gain from this? Offer value, nothing but value. And please learn how to sell without actually selling. So we are going to stop here for tonight. About Upwork and Fiverr, and you can research on them, you can read up articles about them, and learn a lot of things online. And sometimes I share some tips about making it on Upwork, and you can come and learn. So yes, I think I'm going to stop here.
Okay. Thanks for blessing us with that. Like awesome. I can see that you were rushing. It was like you had a lot of questions. So thank you very much for trying to summarize it. So my first question tonight is actually going to be focused majorly on freelancers, right? Because I'm sure a lot of freelancers are in the comment section waiting and itching to hear this particular question. So I actually went through your recent posts, and there was something you wrote about Upwork. You said that clients wants to see that you're capable by providing an outstanding profile, well-detailed proposal, and professional response when they message. Can you tell us what that entails? That seems like a whole lot, especially for beginners. They don't know where to start on Upwork. They feel that they don't have the rating that they need, to get the kind of jobs they want. So what entails all those things you told us about Upwork? I'd like to hear from you.
Okay, so now there is just Upwork is about on Upwork, your clients don't really care about your resume, your certificates. I mean, what they need to know is that you can get the job done for them. And once you're able to prove that, be sure that you have a job. And how do you do that? Like I said, your profile. I see this mistake because I review a lot of Upwork accounts and I see this same mistake people make. They just come, put something out there on their profile. Maybe I am an expert copywriting, blah blah blah. Nothing, no details. You don't tell me how you can get my job done. You do not say anything about this is how good I am. This is what I'm actually good at. So if you're writing your Upwork profile, make it well detailed. Start with an intro, you know, and try and ask questions that you know that are in your target client's mind. Ask them if you are a web designer, so to speak. Tell them you are looking for a responsive website or a well designed professional portfolio website and all that. Let them know that you actually know what you're doing. Now tell them this is how I'm going to get the job done. This is me. This is who I am. This is what I have done in the past. This is how good I have been. This is the result I've gotten. Even when you don't have results, just try to come up with something that you know you can actually deliver. To be honest, if there is any platform that has to do fake it till you make it, I think Upwork is one of those platforms. Because it's not like faking it anyways, but you know you can actually deliver this job, right? So you just tell them, just more like propelling it into the future. I've done this, even though you know you haven't done it, but you know you can deliver it. So make it well detailed. Tell them, check. I think I'm having network issues. Like when I check your profile, let me know that this is what you can do. And when it comes to when it comes to your skill sessions, put as many skills as you can there. Everything that is related to how good you are to the service that you're offering. And one mistake, please niche down. If you don't have a niche, if you're offering three in your account, it doesn't make sense. And to be honest, it will be hard for a client to actually know that you are good at one particular thing and hire you for that. So you need to niche down. Tell them, like niche down. If you are into a lot of things, you know how to copyright, you know how to build website, please start with one. Then after you start with one, maybe later on, after you have built your profile, you can add the other one, but please start with one. And so that you can be able to write a well-detailed overview about that one that you are starting with. When it comes to your proposal, writing Upwork proposal, that is where the technicalities are, because that is where you need to convince the client out of the 50 other people that submitted proposal to the jobs. And about proposal, it's almost the same thing as letting the clients know, customizing your proposal to um, the job post and job description as was posted by the client. So
Okay.
yes, that is just the main three steps on Upward Survival.
Thank
Now,
you very much. So
Abiye,
now,
I can see you. I love the dress.
Thank you so much, Goodness. Our dear copying deity, the goddess of copywriting, I must say. Thank you so much. It's been so good to have you. I mean, listening to you and hearing your story, one would even want to become a copywriter right now and make all of that money. Copy a millionaire at 19, man. A lot. Thank you so much, Goodness. I'm
All
definitely sure
right.
that our
So thank you
audience,
for having me. I'm
to.
really glad to.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good news as well. You did so well in facilitating this conversation. Thank you. I know our dear Goodness, our dear speaker, Goodness, would be ready to connect with you. So a lot of persons have questions, but because of time, we can't take all the questions. You can send her a connection request on LinkedIn. Tell her that you loved her speech at the Global Transformation Conference, and I'm definitely sure that she will be open to answering your questions. Thank you. Okay, we will
All right.
be
Thank you,
going
guys.
on
See
with
you
the
next
event.
time.
We'll be going on with the event right now. So Global Transformation Conference 2022. Breaking limits, reaching the peak. Let me know that you've been following. So let me see it in the chat box. Global Transformation Conference 2022, breaking limits, reaching the peak. Let me see. I want to see it going on in the chat box. Please, what's going on? Are people, are you excited? Global Transformation 2022, breaking limits,
Reaching the peak.
reaching the peak. Thank you so much. Good news. You know what? I haven't heard all that the speakers have had to say. I would go back, and if you're like me, you'd go back and listen to all they've said, listen to the rebroadcast, and just follow through because it's been over 2 hours of value. And I'm delighted to inform everyone that this continues tomorrow. So you'll be doing yourself a lot of good by coming back tomorrow at exactly 6 p.m. for us to continue this level of engagement and conversation and listen to these globally relevant speakers so that we can be globally relevant as well. Because that's the aim of this event, that everyone will be globally relevant. I should say a special thank you to all our speakers and facilitators, from Frank Agin to our Indukwe to Olamide Akinde, and finally Goodness Somtochukwu. They said a lot, and I'm definitely sure that we learned so much from them. If you'd like to connect with them, do well to connect with them, and I'm definitely sure that you will be on your way, and you are on your way to becoming globally relevant. Please, I'd like to make an appeal. When you've learned something like this, it only is wise for you to have other persons gain this kind of value you're gaining. Because Frank Agin said something that we should help people. And someone asked in the comment section, which I asked him, how can we render help? Well, I'll answer you now. You can render help to your friend, to your family members, with them about the global conference so that they come join us and be globally relevant just the way you are. I'm definitely sure that when you do that, you will be helping someone. And that is the way that they will be able to trust you and get you engaged for other opportunities. So how do you do that? Someone will say, how do I tell people about this event? Well, we all are on social media. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Do well to use the hashtags GTC 2022, hashtags Global Transformation Conference 2022. Have you learned something? Did something stand out for you at this event? Do well to post it online using the hashtags. Invite people for the event tomorrow so that we will all have a pleasant moment as we grow into becoming globally relevant. And you know what? For all of us that have come here, we, the facilitators, are grateful because this event wouldn't have been possible without you. On behalf of the convener, Vivian Claire, I should even thank Vivian especially for putting this together, because a lot of persons are grateful that we have learned so much. I have learned so much as well. So why not tell someone about it so that they can join us tomorrow? For me, I'd love to connect with everyone that has been here today. My name is Abiye Abere on LinkedIn. On Facebook, my name is Abiye Abere Jr. And on Instagram, I am Abiye_Abere. Until the next time we get to meet at an event as host and audience, I'll say Take care of yourself, still be globally relevant, and I would love to connect with you. So do all to send in those connection requests. Follow me across all social media platforms. Follow other speakers across all social media platforms so that we all can grow into becoming globally relevant. That's all we can take for today. I love that we have kept the time, and trust me, tomorrow is even going to be better because it's one thing to start and another thing to finish. And it only gets better here at the Global Transformation Conference. So for the last time today, Global Transformation Conference, breaking limits, reaching the peak. I want to see it in the comment section. Breaking limits, reaching the peak. Breaking limits, reaching the peak. Thank you so much for everyone replying. Breaking limits, reaching the peak. Thank you for joining us today. From me, it's good night to you if you're in Nigeria or anywhere you are around, and good day to you wherever you're joining us around the world. I still remain the excellent compere. Have a wonderful time. See you all tomorrow.
Welcome to the Global Transformation Conference. It is going to happen live here on LinkedIn. Come May 13th to 15th. It promises to be exciting. Now, meet our amazing speakers. See you all there. Welcome to the Global Transformation Conference. It is going to happen live here on LinkedIn. Come May 13th to 15th, 2022. It promises to be exciting. Now, meet our amazing speakers. See you all there. Welcome to the Global Transformation Conference. It is going to happen live here on LinkedIn. Come May 13th to 15th, 2022. It promises to be exciting. Now, meet our amazing speakers.